And that, my friends, my friend, is a beautiful view. Sorry for my slurp. Yep. Lots of cool things to do up here. Rafting. There's a river park, I guess. Climbing. There's a lot of climbing. Really cool, unique, like monoliths. See a lot of climbers on. And like I said, good places to eat, places to drink. You know, resorts, all that, whatever your heart desires. Come to Buena Vista. It shall be, your heart shall be filled. Always loved areas of contrast, and that's what you get here. It's like this high, warm desert, and you got these tall, like 14ers, still draped with snow within view. And you still get that. Like, still get the chilly nights and the really warm days. I mean, it was, when we pulled into town yesterday, it was 77 degrees up here in the mountains. 77 degrees. It's pretty darn nice for like October. I could get used to 70s throughout the winter. But yeah. Land of contrast, right? I like this spot. Oh. Let's pull up a rock. Enjoy a drink. Don't spill it. That's the key. There's not too many like perfectly flat areas around here to set something. Yeah, heading out early today. Early for us, early for me. And plan on hitting the water, jumping on the kayak. I brought it for a reason, right? We might check out another ghost town. We'll see. And head home. Get back to the job at hand. Yeah, appreciate everybody. All the comments, all the likes, my videos. I got weird shadows sitting under this big tree. It's really cool. Big grove though. I love these little stunted pines. Everything around here is kind of shrubby. Small and shrubby. Kind of like me, I guess. Kind of like me, I guess, huh? Just the fresh air. Peace of mind. Several times now I've had people tell me on Facebook, like, I'm gonna be gone for a while, I gotta disconnect. This is all this negativity basically is getting to me. I always tell them, yeah man, disconnect, go out into nature, soak it up, refresh, replenish, you know, reformat your mind. Remember when you had those floppy disks? Kids out there will know what I'm talking about. You had to reformat them. Big old floppies. It's like the size of a... Do we even have things that size anymore? I guess they're about the size of a CD. Kids might remember CDs. Maybe not. I'm showing my out of touchness. About the size of a book. Do kids? No, they don't read books either. Dang it. Isn't that weird how everything's been micro-sized to the point of all these technologies? Can't even see them anymore. It's like they're part of our reality. It's like it's getting harder and harder to distinguish the artificial from the real. Yeah. Add glitch here. Yeah, it's interesting. Saying a lot because haven't had enough coffee. That's like the error message. Yeah, that's a good name for that. You know, back when you had those old computers, like when the internet was just starting up, you get this big error message. And people probably don't remember that either. Like a blue screen, remember that? Blue screen would pop up. My blue screen just says, and that's like, okay, it's working again. Just gotta kick it now and then. So yeah, guess those are my thoughts. I know I'm making these videos really lengthy. I'm not sure how I'm gonna cut them all down to be actually watchable, because I know, like everything in this modern age, everybody's pressed for time. At the moment, I am not, so pardon me if I don't work within your... There we go. Pardon me if I don't work within your busy schedule. I'm taking it easy right now. I recommend everybody else does the same. Because a lot of people out there right now are kind of losing it. Kind of seems like to me. Like the pressure is getting a little too heavy. And the more and more of this we see, the more and more of this new normal, this manufactured chaos climate, the more of this we see, the more the unstable, the, you know, borderline, already at the end of the rope, about ready to jump off type people are going to start coming out of the woodwork, and yeah, that's not pretty. That usually doesn't turn out too good. So keep a level head. That's what I'm working on right now. This is how I level out all the weeks and weeks prior of reading through bad news and exposing the lies, whatever I do. This is where I reboot the reformat, reboot. Another thing, yeah, you gotta reboot now and then. You know, if you keep your computer running all the time, kids might understand this. If you keep your computer running all the time, and you just build up all this background programs running on your desktop, it gets kind of bogged down. And now and then they say you gotta reboot. So get out into nature, reboot. I'm gonna get this sun shadow off my face. Here we go. Starting to look the part. Just need a cowboy hat. You can see why Clint was always squinting. He's always got the damn sun in his eyes. On the desert.
I don't think it's nice you laughing. You see, my mule don't like people laughing. It's the crazy idea you're laughing at him. Now, if you apologize like I know you're going to, I might convince him that you really didn't mean it.
Yep. Reboot, people. Take a deep breath. This is my meditative moment right here. It's how I meditate. Although I don't usually talk so much. But, yeah, just taking the beauty. God's design. It's all around us. That's it for now. Off to the lake. Or the reservoir, whatever. And I'll leave you once more. This is a good angle, see? Why wasn't I doing this the whole time? Leave you once more with the moon. Signing out. Pour over coffee with Night Watch Nate. Yummy. Breakfast burrito and tater tots. And of course, Harry's habanero.
The solution is to vastly increase the manufacturing capacity so we can cover everyone as soon as possible. It's been amazing to see these private companies agreeing to expand drug-making capacity by using each other's factories. We have a number of agreements like this, but we need even more, especially for the vaccine.
I think the question was, would I consider institutional racism as contributing? I don't think there's... Yes, thank you, Congressman. Well, I mean, obviously, the African American community has suffered from racism for a very, very long period of time. And I cannot imagine that that has not contributed to the conditions that they find themselves in, economically and otherwise. So the answer, Congressman, is yes.
It's a painful everyday reminder of the effects of the 1996 Trojan drug trial that went badly wrong in Kano State, Nigeria, so Shamsu's parents claim. They've fed him breakfast like this ever since. In July, makers of the drug, which was designed to treat meningitis, the pharmaceutical giant Pfizer, agreed to pay $75 million compensation in the deal agreed with the Nigerian authorities, though Pfizer still denies all wrongdoing. Now, conditions of the deal are being leaked, which could see some of the affected families get nothing.
I think there's going to be a lot of breakthroughs on the medical front, particularly around synthetic mRNA. You can basically do anything with synthetic RNA, DNA. It's like a computer program. So, I think with enough, with effort, that's not too crazy. You could probably stop aging, reverse it if you want. You can basically do it. You can turn someone into a freaking butterfly if you want with the right DNA sequence. So, caterpillars do it.
Planning, certainly, and you pick the people that run those agencies and the deputies that are pledging allegiance to the new world order and good governance. And then I think you have the Inspector General do some spot audits to make sure that there is real compliance.
To announce a historic settlement with Pfizer Incorporated, a pharmaceutical manufacturer, and its subsidiary Pharmacia and Upjohn Company, arising out of civil and criminal allegations relating to Pfizer's allegedly illegal promotion of various drugs, most notably Bextra. In a combination civil and criminal settlement, Pfizer has agreed to pay $2.3 billion, the largest healthcare fraud settlement in the history of the Department of Justice.
But it will shrink. Global GDP is going to take, probably the biggest hit ever. Maybe the Depression was worse, or 1873, I don't know. But in my lifetime, this will be the greatest economic hit. But you don't have a choice. People act like you have a choice. For the world at large, normalcy only returns when we've largely vaccinated the entire global population. And so...
I wish, Elmo. I wish, no, unfortunately not. But the length of the pool noodle is sort of the safe distance you have to stay away from people. So this is a good way to remember how to stay healthy.
Oh, right. Boy, Elmo just remembered Elmo can't go to the swimming pool right now, and Elmo can't give his friends a hug when he sees them either, can he?
No, not right now, Elmo. I know that's hard, but there's other ways that we can still be with our friends.
One message to cut through to everyone in this country is this: the vaccines are safe. Please, for yourself, your family, your community, this country, take the vaccine when it's your turn and available.
We're going to have to vaccinate an even higher proportion of people to get there. What happens then if we end up having another variant developing that's even more contagious, that could cause more disease, that could evade the protection of our immune system? And so how quickly we get this under control and which way we go depends on what we do now when it comes to vaccination, to overcoming disinformation. And what we really need to do at this point is to make vaccination the easy choice. It needs to be hard for people to remain unvaccinated. Right now, it's kind of the opposite. It's fine. I mean, it's easy if you're unvaccinated. You can do everything you want to do anyway. But at some point, these mandates by workplaces, by schools, I think it will be important to say, hey, you can opt out, but if you want to opt out, you have to sign these forms, you have to get twice weekly testing. Basically, we need to make getting vaccinated the easy choice. That is what it's going to take for us to actually end the pandemic.
Here's our favorite cafe stop, Midland. Cozy. Cozy little place. This is downtown. It's a great brewery, Eddie Line Brewery. Looks like they got a lot of outdoor seating. Beautiful leaves on the trees. Yeah, it's a pretty unique area. Hooking it up. Pumpkin spice latte made with real pumpkin puree. We always get that when we're up here because it's always fall. So yeah, this town is kind of weird. I talked about it earlier. Check out all this cool stuff over here. It's almost a little too cookie cutter. They're pretty neat. Little iron sculptures. Yeah, it's almost a little too cookie cutter, you know? You get this feeling here like everything's a little too perfect. It's like one of those Stephen King towns, especially when you're coming through at night, because it's like all these brand new constructions. I'll show you some of them. And really unique little houses. But it's usually empty at night. Maybe it's gotten a little different since the last time I was here. But this quaint little town, and the downtown area especially, is always just a little too quiet. Not sure what to think about it. But yeah, so it's got a lot of charm to it, though, you could say. I mean, look at this view. Somebody that was planning this area knew what they were doing. The planners, I guess is what I'm saying. Knew what they were doing by building on this location. Yeah, see all these little unique houses. I mean, as unique as modern construction can get. That's the downtown, Buena Vista. Quaint little, kind of ritzy, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm assuming it's not cheap to buy a house in this area. But got some charm to it. I say just a little too clean, a little too nice, a little too cookie cutter maybe. Like, makes you wonder what's going on behind the thin veneer of these stores. Look at this little doggy. Doggy, what you doing? Cute little doggy. Not sure about me. I wouldn't be either. Dogs seem to have that sixth sense. They realize that I'm not a dog person. Yeah, it's a pretty unique place. Looks like my wife's looking for me, so I better get back before I get in trouble.
We didn't know what we were going to run to. What was really funny is I stood up in the back there.
Itty Line Brewery. Cool place. Somebody's already got something to eat. Nate cam. Sit and watch Nate.
Why?
Drink a latte.
No.
It's all about the experience.
No. Have some muffin.
I'm not that hungry, man. Not that hungry, man. Anyway, pretty cool panorama of the town. Yeah. So we set off the dog. Masks required to enter. Out for a walk in the fresh air. Get your COVID masks. Pretty leavies.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Symbol for a school. Hey, the thrift store is still open. All right. Maybe the fist. It's a common symbol for like, darn it, now I'm gonna figure out what I'm talking about.
Well, the Black Lives Matter.
Well, now it's Black Lives Matter, but...
Oh, it's communist.
Yeah, maybe communist. Have to look up a later on the Google. I'll sound smarter. Raised fist. According to Wiki, the use of the fist by communists and anti-fascists first appeared in 1924 when it was adopted as the salute to the Communist Party of Germany's Roter Frontkampenbund Alliance of Red Front Fighters. A reaction to the Nazi Party adopted the well-known Roman salute 2 years later. The gesture of the raised fist was apparently known in the United States as well, and is seen in a photograph from a May Day march in New York City in 1936. It is perhaps the best known in this era from its use during the Spanish Civil War, 1936 and 1939. And there's a big, that's an interesting picture. These little kids, BLM, the OGs of the Black Power fist right there. The original gangstas. So I can't read much of the rest there. The graphic symbol was popularized in 1948. Blah blah blah. A print shop in Mexico that used art to advance revolutionary social causes. Interesting. Dirty wars in South America. It's kind of like what's happening here now. Its use spread through the United States in the 1960s. After the artist and activist Frank Sisorka, I'm gonna pronounce that wrong, produced a simplified version for the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. This version was subsequently used by students for a democratic society and Black Power movement. It's interesting how it kind of morphed from communist, kind of like spread into this country and became cloaked maybe in the Black Power movement. The raised fist was frequently used in the worker solidarity posters produced during May 1968 revolt in France, such as La Lutte Continue, depicting a factory chimney topped with clenched fist. Interesting. So kind of workers' union type symbology too. Let's get into the hammer and sickle. Depending on the elements combined, the meaning of the gesture changes in tone and intention. For example, the hammer and sickle combined with a raised fist is part of communist symbolism, while the same right fist combined with a Venus symbol represents feminism, like whoever uses that. And combined with a book, it represents librarians.
Sure.
We all know where it came from, though, don't we? We have the founder of the BLM saying she was a trained Marxist. Where are we going here?
I need this water.
Anyway, interesting stuff. So we're just here at the city market. Picking up some water before we head to the reservoir. And I just thought it was interesting. I went to this Chaffee High School website. And of course you have to have your coronavirus update. Doot, 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 doot. Oh no. Positive COVID case alert. Yeah, so welcome to Chaffee school district's website. Yada yada yada. Our school environment. Our entire staff is committed to establishing a school environment that allows our students to flourish and to grow intellectually, emotionally, and socially. Socially? Social justice, maybe? I just think what a perfect symbol for what these school teachers are teaching the kids these days than a fist with a diploma, right?
No justice, no peace. No racist, police. No racist.
So I wanted to check out the curricula, and one of the subjects, topics, is citizenship. We believe education is the answer. Community demands a population of people who think for themselves. I can totally agree with that. And they go on to say maturity and independence. We intentionally design a school culture to mirror the community we want for ourselves. That's the key, right? Like, world according to their vision. So if you look through the bullet points, topics include diversity meetings, work experience. I mean, that's top. That's the first bullet point. Diversity meetings. Work experience, post-secondary readiness classes, FAF, SA, scholarship, and application guidance, postgraduate pathway options, service learning projects, and community service. Let's go to the service learning. Okay. Work in progress, that one, I guess. Here's one under English. Politically correct bedtime stories. Oh my. Interesting. Under social studies, modules include history and influence class structure, social research, early Native American studies, Manitou, Mesa Verde, Chaco Canyon, the Roots Revolution. So they got that little revolutionary spirit thing going, don't they? Interesting.